Hi everybody, my name is Mike Demaro and I want to welcome you to the latest episode of My Life with Asperger's. I think today's topic, I did cover this back in February, but I'm going to cover it again. Because I have more knowledge I need to add to the topic, and I think if I do this topic, then people can help me out and I can understand and maybe help me do what I need to do in order for this topic to not be a worry for me. The topic is money. Yes, I did do this topic in February. But like I said, I'll do it again. And I have more reasons why I need to do it now than when I did it back in February. Now, money can be a tough topic to talk about. And I can understand that money is probably the number one reason why we need to live in life. Well, I know we have a big heart sometimes, and we love people, and we love to help people do things. We love to go places. But, you know, that all takes money. That's why we all have to get a job. If we're not supported by the government, we need to get a job. Now, that's most of us. And I know it's hard for me to save money on stuff. You know, it's been hard. I have a job, actually 2 jobs during the holiday season now. And it's been real tough that I haven't been scheduled to work. I gave one of these jobs full availability and they haven't been scheduling me to work. While the other job, I told them I was not available because I took this holiday job for the holidays. And yet, you know, the only way I've been working is trying to make money, and the only way I've been working is when I pick up hours. It's been real tough on me to get a better job. I've been trying to look for a better job so I can make more money. I don't have to worry about mom and dad trying to help me out every step of the way and not having food, and eventually, hopefully, I won't have to have food stamps. You know, I get food stamps, and that's pretty much all I get for help for the government. You know, I'm going to vocational rehab, and I have a job coach, and they help me out too. But I don't know how much they're going to be able to help me out as well. You know, it's been real tough on me. My mom and dad are getting real sick and tired of giving me money all the time. And they need to help. They need to start saving for their retirement. I understand that. It's been real difficult. And I don't know how to do it. I don't know. Do other Aspies have a hard time saving money on stuff? Do other Aspies have to ask their mom and dad for money? Do other Aspies get lucky in the government and they help them out with money? You know, that's a question I'm trying to figure out. Because I have a hard time, you know. I know I can cut back on the places I go for walks, but at the same time, if I cut back on the number of walks I attend, I'll cut back on the networking possibilities, you know. One of the reasons why I go to the other walks is because I'm trying to look for a job, you know. And if I lose that, you know, if I cut back, it's going to be hard. I really want to find a good job that I can get money. I don't have to worry about anybody or anything. You know, so I don't have to worry about asking my mom and dad all the time. I don't like asking them. It's real hard. It's a struggle asking them for money all the time. I love my mom and dad, but at the same time, I shouldn't have to ask them for money all the time. You know? I think one of the other problems is that I buy junk too. And that doesn't really help me out as much. Like, I buy t-shirts, and I'm like, oh, I have to get a t-shirt. I want to get this t-shirt because it's special. You know, when I went to Epcot's 30th anniversary, I didn't get a t-shirt there because of the prices. They were like $30 a piece for t-shirts. I wasn't going to pay that much for a t-shirt to celebrate Epcot's 30th anniversary. You know, maybe I do go around the state of Florida and help everybody out. They expect me to be that #1 guy that goes to every single walk and helps them. But it's a money sucker at the same time. I want to have a job that helps people with autism and Asperger's. But it seems like nobody wants to step forward and help me get a better paying job so I can do my missions. You know, earlier this year, I was offered to have a TV show. But they want like $300 per episode. I can't afford that. And I tried going to sponsors. I tried calling sponsors from all over the state of Florida and all over the country, asking them for money to sponsor my show. And I barely got the calls back. You know, it's ridiculous. And yet this TV station down in Key West, they broadcast their shows online. They have their channel broadcasting online all the time. You know? So, just because the TV station was broadcasting from Key West, it didn't mean that only the people in Key West and South Florida were going to see it. Yet, I know that's the major ratings for them. But all over the country and all over the globe, we're going to be able to see the show too. You know? And it's real disappointing that I can't get the money or funding for that. You know, I really tried. I really did try. And now, I'm looking at another, hopefully another income for me. And that's writing a book. You know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that done too. Or get the support on that. Hopefully it doesn't cost me money to get it published. I know I'm going to have to pay something. Maybe a percentage of my sales will go towards the publishing company. But I saw this clip on CBS Sunday Morning this past Sunday where some people publish their books on Amazon or whatever, and they get more money back for having their books published on there, you know? But it's been real difficult. I do hope to write a book someday, and I do hope to make a lot of money from it. Asperger's is something that people need to understand. This is a real situation. More and more people are getting diagnosed as children. More and more people are getting diagnosed as adults too. And it's been hard. It's hard on me because I was 22 when I was diagnosed. But, you know, I think I have had these problems continuing. You know, money is a big deal for people like me. I just wish that more people would help me out and get me a better job where I can make more money. But nobody seems to care about that. Seems like every single job I try to apply for, they want more experience. You know, I'm trying to get out of the current field that I'm in now and trying to get a better job, but it seems like nobody cares. I graduated from college. I went to school. I went to college and got a degree. And yet it's okay for people like to have a 2-year degree, get a better job than me. It's okay for people that didn't even go to college to have a better job than me. It's like, give me a frickin' break. I deserve to get a better paying job. I went to school. I know some people do go to trade schools, and I can understand. That's okay. Just as long as they go to school after high school, please. Come on now. There are like some CEOs in this country that don't even have a high school diploma, and yet they're okay to be president of a CEO or a CEO of a company. Give me a break. The Undercover Boss that I watched last week, the person didn't even go to high school. It's like people like me who have Asperger's, we go to school, we graduate, and yet we have a hard time finding a job. It's going to become a problem. I went to the seminar last month and saw one of the presentations that money is going to drive parents to divorce because of their kids that are on autism or their kids have Asperger's. And I feel so sad seeing that. The truth is that they want parents and more people to spend more and more and more on stuff, and it breaks my heart that people like me that are very good at stuff, especially very good at these videos, that can't raise the money, can't get a good job, can't get a decent job. I want to go out there and speak across this country, but that takes a lot of money. People would love to have me speak, but they also probably want me to write a book first, and I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do that over 2013, and hopefully I can have it published by the end of 2013. That's my New Year's resolution, That's my next big project, is to write a book. After finding a project of finding me a new home, I am going to review these videos, and I am going to write a book about it, and about how I do these videos, and how I've been involved with Autism Speaks, and, and this book is going to be a good book. I bet you someday people are going to thank me, and people are going to come up to me and say, "Hey, Mike, great book," or they're going to probably walk and see me on the street and say, "Hey, Mike, did you write this book? You did a great job on this book." I hope that someday that this book can be known across this country and across the world. I would love to see people in like England or Italy or Australia or Canada read this book. And I would love to see them recommend their friends to get the book and read it too. I don't know if I'm going to be able to have it translated in a lot of languages, but I'm going to try my best to. Maybe if I had published it on Amazon for them to read, maybe they'll be able to translate it into Spanish or Portuguese or French or Italian for me. Or even Chinese, I would love to see if that's even an option. I know people do publish their books online, and I don't know if they would work on having it published in different languages. I would love to see that, so that people all over the world, maybe they're affected by Asperger's, can read the book, But yeah, I hoped to make a lot of money someday and become a good person in this world. I would love to see. I would help people if I had more money. I would donate more time if I had more money. But it's hard working in this struggling economy and not having a lot of money and getting a lot of government and not getting a lot of government support to help you. And you have to depend on mom and dad to help me out all the time. I'm getting real sick and tired of this life. I'm getting real sick and tired of asking my mom and dad for money. They want to retire. I don't blame them. They lived a long life. They worked a lot of long hours and a lot of long days. They deserve to retire. And I'm not going to let them stop. So, stop from retiring. So, I'll talk to you guys all later.